This is a short documentary about James O'Driscoll and how he gradually lost his sight, how that changed him and how he dealt with it. So, what's the condition that you suffer from or have called?
My condition is called Leber's optic hereditary neuropathy.
Right. And what does that mean then in terms of layman's terms, if you will?
What it is, basically, it's the optic. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. It's the optic nerve that's actually affected. Not many people know the optic nerve and the brain are the same matter. It's only parts of the body that are actually the same.
Right.
The brain gets the message that there's not enough protein at the back of the eye.
Right.
So it creates more capillaries around the optic nerve. It ends up like a traffic jam.
Yeah.
And it just blocks and kills off the optic nerve by accident. Sort of sabotages itself.
When did you start to notice that you was losing your sight?
The scary bit is I didn't know. I lost the right eye overnight.
Jesus.
The left eye took 6 weeks to deteriorate. I literally woke up in the morning, was meant to go to work. Guys that I was working with turned up and said, look, I need to go to the opticians.
Yeah.
I can't see out my right eye. They cracked a few jokes and everyone was like, hi, if you didn't know what was wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Went to Boots optician for a free eye test, and from there they sent me straight to Queen Mary's in Sidcup.
Yeah.
At first they thought I had a detached retina.
Yeah.
And then I had to have a load of tests done, and then deep down I kind of knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
They couldn't put their finger on it. The procedures, well, because they didn't know what my condition was, they had to try everything. One of the worst things was, well, there's two really bad ones. One was a lumbar punch, where they actually drain fluid out of your spine.
Bloody hell.
Big old syringe. They don't take a small amount of fluid, but you're in the fetal position. I've actually got a scar because they got it wrong.
Yeah.
And it's the fluid that your brain sits in. So when you've got a hangover and stuff like that,
yeah,
that's what dehydrates around the brain. That's why the brain shrinks and it gets sore and you get headaches. They done that for me. I had to drink, about 3 cups of black coffee and 2 litres of water to rehydrate myself. But it didn't work, so I was really quite ill from that. The other one was gold film at the back of popped the eye out, put gold film around the back of the eye, popped it so they could photograph actually through the eye. Thing is, I had to pin the eye open. When they done this, I still had some sight in the left eye.
Yeah.
And the camera they use up close, the lens is 40 times brighter flash than a normal camera.
So you literally...
Yeah, it was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, that made me sick, quite a bit. It was funny because the way the condition is, it started at the centre of the eye and spread out.
Mm.
And the girl was doing it. She said, how many fingers am I holding up? And she went like that. I went, well, I can only see 2. I can see the thumb and little finger. So I went, 2. And she went, 2? I went, yeah, your thumb and little finger. She went, well, that's 5. I went, I don't know what's in the middle. But, you know, silly little jokes like that and like height and stuff that happen is what got me through it.
So was there any point in this entire journey then, if you will, that, you know, you didn't think you'd get through it? Or?
Yeah. I tried a couple of times to take my own life, which obviously failed because I'm still with it.
Mm.
There were obviously low moments. I felt very useless, very confused and frustrated because there was no reason for it.
Mm.
It wasn't an accident, it wasn't someone hit me, it wasn't something I ate, drank, anything like that.
It's literally just been taken away from you.
Yeah. I didn't go out for 4 months, I didn't shave, grew my hair, I was scared.
Mm.
You know, I'd go out, I'd have a panic attack. Yeah, I never thought I'd even have a job again, so yeah, it's definitely been a growing experience. Everything's completely changed.
Mm.
As I said before, I feel lucky. The way I used to live my life wasn't very productive and very nice. But now I take great value in smaller things, and smaller things do matter. You know, just enjoying the sun on your face and stuff like that.
Mm.
Getting out and about, you know, not taking people for granted.
Mm.
You know, that kind of stuff. You have to laugh at yourself. You know, I do some really stupid things sometimes, and I just laugh about it. The best thing is making up a protein shake and totally missing the container. It's thing like that. Then one comes in, James! One time, I was shaking up a chocolate shake and didn't realise the lid was still open. So I thought, oh, not that. Yeah, it looked like a murder scene apparently, but there you go. Oh, none the wiser.
What would you say to any sighted person interacting with a blind person? What would you...
Not to be scared. Sometimes, you know, a visually impaired blind person might need help in a shop. The best thing is just ask, can I give you a hand? Can I help?